Hey guys, welcome back. So today's video we're going to be doing something very dramatic. This is a cat eye using turquoise and purple with false lashes, and everything kind of goes outward to give the elongation, and I also have extended my liner in the inner corner to give that feline look. So I never do a nude lip. This is bold. This is something that I haven't done, so let's do it. I know to me it looks like really weird. My eye looks like really long. But I have tape placed over here, and it's just basically right at the lower lash line and going upwards. That's going to give me that crisp line that I have over here. And then the first thing I did was I took just a fluffy brush, and I took the colors from the LORAC Pro palette. I took light brown and beige. These are just like lighter transition shades on a fluffy brush, and I put those up above the crease area. And then I actually went in with some purples as my transition area as well. But first I took a pencil brush and I just took this light color. It's a matte brow bone color, and just put that right there. And it probably doesn't do any good to put it in the inner corner of the eye because I'm going to do that, but habit, I guess you could say. Okay, so the first dramatic thing I took was this LORAC palette, and I took a flat shader brush, like a smudge brush, into this color navy. And it's a really pretty deep blue, and I just tapped that on the lid. This is going to give that intense saturation that I need as a base. Okay, when you have that turquoise, the navy color where you want it, then I went on top of it with a MAC shadow and a flat brush, and the color I use is Aphrodisiac, and that is MAC's like turquoisey color. It's got a bit of shimmer, but it's not too bad. So I'm going to actually tap that on top of the navy color. It's just to give it some depth and dimension. Okay, so then I went in with some deep purples. Today I am using the small tapered blending brush by Jessup, and I'm using some MAC shadows. This is Shale, and it is like a really pretty, almost like a taupey brownie purple. And so that is going above the crease, and I'm kind of doing it on the edge of that turquoise color just to blend it. And I went in with that same brush in the color Digit by MAC, and it's just a really pretty Digit by MAC, which is kind of an icy lavender color, and that went between that transition area and the brow bone. So it really has like a gradual fade. It's going to go really dark, pretty dark in the crease, that shale color, and then lavender that's really light, and then the brow bone highlight. So there's a lot of layers and dimension that give it height, but I also am pulling it long too. Okay, so then I went in with that same brush, and I took some deep colors. This one is Fig 1 by MAC, just a deep matte purple. And that is going in the crease pretty heavily, and if you'll notice, I'm taking it out to the tape. So I'm not stopping where my eye line stops right here. I'm actually taking it all the way out to the tape line and into the crease. Okay, so remember, this part that you see right here is on top of the tape, so it's not a big deal. I'm going to go ahead and go back in with Shale and Digit again to blend out that dark purple. If you feel like you lose your brow bone highlight, you can always touch that up. Now, I'm going to take that tapered blending brush that I used with all the purples, and I'm going to take a deep color. This is the black shade from the LORAC Pro palette and Plum in this palette, just mixing them together. Basically, I want an almost black purple. And I'm going to deepen out the outer V here and really accentuate the length of the eye here. Then I'm going back in with that same brush, and I'm going back into Shale and blending out the harsh lines. This just shows you that you don't always have to use brown as your transition shade. You can use purple as long as it's a gradient effect lighter than what you have on the lid or the crease, and it just kind of fades up. The last thing I did on the eye was I took MAC's Stars and Rockets, which is this really pretty bright purple, and I just tried to bring some color. Instead of just dark, 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 I tried to bring in some brighter purple just to kind of make it more exciting. Okay, I'm going to remove the tape from the upper lash line, and we should have a nice crisp line. I see here that the tape has ended, and I did have a little bit of eyeshadow outside of it, so I'll have to touch that up with some concealer. But my nice line, and my tape has stuff on the edges, so that would have been all over. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and clean up this outer eye here with concealer, and I'll be right back. Okay, so all I've done over here, I cleaned up the line, and also I did do some eyeliner, and I only did from here to there. I didn't do the wing, and I didn't do the inner corner area. So the biggest thing for my wing is I wanted it to be mostly about the eyeshadow, so you can't even really tell. You can't even really tell when my eye is open where the wing ends because you're looking at the shadows behind it. But the lashes also help. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a subtle wing. I'm following the lower lash line as if the lower lash line was going to extend and the eyebrow was to come down and meet it. That's kind of where I'm aiming for, but not quite as long. And then I took the liner and I drew a line from as if the inner corner was to extend towards that nose. And then you neaten it up however you need to, using makeup remover on a cotton swab, a Q-tip or whatever. And I just had to keep doing it. I did it like 3 times. And even now they're not even, but you get the idea. I'm not a pro, okay? But I take chances. Okay, so we'll just say that those are good. Now I'm going to do the lower lash line. All I did was I took a pencil brush. This is the Makeup Geek pencil brush. And I took the purpley colors that I use on the upper lash line, and I use those on the lower lash line. And then if you see that there's kind of a nice, now I'm putting this Stila purple liner into my waterline. This is the Stila Smudge Stick Waterproof Eyeliner in Violet. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and curl my lashes, apply some mascara to the top and bottom lashes, and apply some falsies. The falsies I'm using are the Ardell Accents in 305 Black. They're just a half lash, and they have longer lashes at the outer part of the eye. Alright, so I will be right back. Okay, so lashes are on. We are about done. I just want to do the other cheek. So what I used today are some MAC blushes. I used MAC's Taupe and Buff. So, MAC's Taupe and Buff blush. I used just an angled blush brush for MAC's Taupe, and I started out back by the ear and blended in a diagonal line towards the corner of the mouth, but stopped right at the outside of the eye. I brought it up a little bit onto the forehead. Then I went into Sculpt by MAC, which is this one here, and another shaping powder, and I just did a little bit more bronzing. Taupe is more grayish, which is great for contouring. And then Sculpt is more brown for the bronzing process. Just tapping a little bit right down the sides of the nose. Okay, so then I went in with the e.l.f. Mineral Powder Brush and used MAC's Buff, which is just a pretty pinky blush. It's more neutral, which I wanted to keep it somewhat neutral since the eyes are so dramatic. Alright, so on my lips is something very nude, which I almost never wear. But I do wear it as a mixing shade a lot. This is the Too Faced lipstick in Naked Dolly, and it is like nude. Very nude. But I think with a very dramatic eye like this, you need it. Something nude. I could definitely top this with a different gloss if I wanted to, something like that. But anyway, that's it for my dramatic cat eye. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoy seeing variety. Let me know what kind of looks you want to see next. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.